Good afternoon, it's 3:30. My name is Josh Cole and these are your Solent Sports News headlines. Breaking news as UK Athletics have pleaded guilty to the corporate manslaughter of Paralympian Abdullah Hiei. Hiei died aged 36 after a metal cage fell on him while training at Newham Leisure Centre in London in July 2017. UK Athletics pleaded not guilty to the charge in March 2025, but entered a fresh plea on Friday at an Old Bailey hearing. In football, the hunt for the playoffs in the EFL Championship continues this weekend, and there's a return of a familiar face to Southampton. Saints take on Charlton Athletic at St Mary's tomorrow, and the opposition manager is the former Southampton boss in Nathan Jones. If other results go their way, a win could see Southampton into the top 6. The Solent Threes football team are in a title race. After winning 4 in a row, Callum Lockside faced Bath Spa away from home in a must-win game. Here is how they got on. Zach Jackson reports.
With the chance to go top of the league, the Solent Football Threes team travelled to Bath and went into the game in fine form.
I'm Callum Lock. I am the head coach and manager of the Solent Threes. Yeah, coming from a rough start, a couple of losses on the tally, is now turned into 4 on the bounce. So win today, there's no other games going on, puts us top, puts us in the driving seat. So if that can happen today, it really rejuvenates where we were at the start of the season.
Despite Bath sitting bottom of the league and Solent being massive favourites, the message from the manager was clear.
The message to the players before kick-off will be, don't be naive. Don't take this game for granted. These guys got one over us at home near the start of the season. Today it's a different type of pitch, so we're going to have to adapt. It's going to have to be something that we're not going to be arrogant. We're going to be confident, but not arrogant.
In such a big game, how are the players dealing with the pressure?
My name is Aaron and I'm an attacking midfielder. It's a very positive mood. I think we're all confident we're going to win here today. Hopefully we can back that up.
Yeah, so the pitch is slippy on the top. So a big thing for me today will be we've got to be strong on and off the ball.
Second!
On the ball, moving the ball around with confidence in being adaptable to the situation. Whereas off the ball, we need to make sure we're aggressive and we're strong defensively.
And strong defensively they were, keeping a clean sheet in a 3-0 win, getting 2 goals early in the first half. Before securing the win in the second. And after securing the victory, there's only one thing left to do: celebrate.
There's a huge game on Sunday at both ends of the table in the Premier League as Arsenal face Tottenham. Arsenal are looking to bounce back after their disappointing collapse against Wolves, and Spurs will look to steady themselves in their fight for survival. The ICC T20 World Cup group stages are done and the Super 8 is confirmed and it gets underway tomorrow. New Zealand versus Pakistan will kick off the second stage of the World Cup, and the other teams are Sri Lanka, England, India, South Africa, Zimbabwe and the West Indies. Our reporters Piran Phillips and Gracie Hoden are out honing their skills. Over to you, Piran.
Good afternoon. We are currently outside the Solent Sports Complex. The rain has held off, so we're in play outside here. So, just how hard is cricket for an ordinary person? So, we have Solent's Gracie Hoden in at bat, and she's going to take a few bowls against Solent Cricket's president, Huzaifa. Huzaifa, is Gracie going to be out on a golden duck, or is she going to hit it for 6?
Well, we've warmed up a little bit, so I think she'll be ready, but I think I've got a little bit more playing time on her, so I'll back myself there. I think she'll be out.
All right, go line up. Let's get ready. Let's see how it goes. Here we go.
Oh my.
All right, first ball. No runs. Right, here we go. Second ball coming in of the over. Oh! Could have been out on the slips there. So, we have 2 more balls. Oh,
Just went
Come on,
for that.
Gracie. Huzaifa. What does Gracie have to do here to get this ball?
I think when she's swinging, she's not using her hips enough, so she's getting a little bit,
Loosen up the hips. Got it.
stuck.
Got
I
it.
think if she swings a bit harder with her hips, she'll make better contact and hit it further.
Use the hips, Gracie. Use the
Loosen up.
hips.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Right. What is
Final ball coming up.
Final ball. Let's go.
Come on, Gracie. Does it!
Final one.
So, unfortunately for Gracie, it didn't go too well, but hopefully England do better in the final 8. Come on, England!
Thank you, guys. Maybe there's an international call-up coming for you guys soon. A new world record has been set by a British athlete. Keely Hodgkinson has broken the world record for the indoor 800 metres in Ливон, France. She took a second off the previous holder, Slovenia's Jolanda Seplak. The record had been previously held by Seplak since 2002. Great Britain's Gus Kenworthy has qualified for the men's freeski half-pipe finals. The former silver medalist is the oldest competitor in the field and will compete in the half-pipe finals later today, providing hope for another Team GB medal. Indoor bouldering is quite a niche sport here in the United Kingdom, and our reporter Michael Ladajobi gave it a go himself to test just how difficult this free climbing sport really is.
My first time at Boulder Shack, I'm ready to get some climbing on the way. Oh, I'm gonna need some help with this.
My name's Harry Dakin. Try and drive most of the force through your feet. If I asked you how long you could hang for, like most people could hang for maybe a few minutes at absolute tops. If I asked you how long you could stand up for, your answer would be hours. It was the only sport or form of exercise that I got on with. At like the higher levels, like it is incredibly difficult. It is incredibly difficult. It requires a really intense persistence because essentially the action is problem solving. You're trying to work out how to get to the top of the wall. I train by climbing. My philosophy is that you get good at what you do. There are lots of climbers that will train by antagonistic work or like basic weight training and stuff as well. But for me, I just climb by climbing. So when you're into bouldering, all you need really is climbing shoes and chalk, and ideally a brush as well to brush the chalk off of the holds. The shoes just are tight fitting and have better quality rubber that allows you to stand on the holds, and the chalk just removes the moisture from your hands, which allows you to grip better. But it's a very foreign skill when people start out. It's a little bit like Bambi on ice.
I can't lie, that one there is impossible. That one is actually impossible.
There's so much depth to it that you can still be learning like climbing in like 20, 25 years. Yeah, it's not an easy sport to get good at all.
So I hope now you're all a bit more educated on how difficult climbing really is. Because I know today, I found it out for myself. Michael Ladajobi, Solent Sports News.
Thank you, Michael. With my fear of heights, I certainly wouldn't be able to do that. England Rugby will have a new centurion when they play Ireland at Twickenham's Allianz Stadium in the Six Nations tomorrow. Captain Mauro Itoje will lead his squad out for his 100th national team appearance. He made his England debut back in 2016 against Italy and has been a key player ever since. Elsewhere in the Six Nations, top of the table France will play Italy on Sunday. And also, bottom of the table Wales will play against Scotland as they go in search of their first points this campaign. Welsh coach Steve Tandy feels there will be opportunities though for Wales in this game.
It's going to be really quick against Scotland. They like to hold the ball for a long period of time, and I think Tane just adds a little bit more mobility in the game. So we feel that's it's a good opportunity for Tane to have a run out, and I think Tane has added really good impact every time he's come off the bench too.
We all think we're better at pool after a couple of drinks at the pub. But how does alcohol affect your ability to play sports? A team of our journalists took a trip to the local pub to test their ability at a game after a few drinks.
British afternoon tradition. A game of pool and a pint at the pub. You might try to brag to your mates that when you drink, your pool playing skills improve. So, we've run an experiment to test the hypothesis. So we're chucking the white ball where the 8 ball normally goes, and then 5 balls dotted around the table in the same place each time. Hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 shots. We're going on 0 pints, 1 pint, 3 pints, and 5 pints. Seeing our score each time and see how the alcohol affects us throughout the experiment. Adam Lewis is a nutritionist and expects the pints will help at first.
Initially, the first drinks potentially might actually improve performance, which seems counterintuitive, but on the basis that there'll be some nerves, there'll be some, there being probably too much thought process in there, and it'll help calm the nerves a little bit for the first drink. Moving on though, then you're going to start to get the negative impacts of the alcohol infecting motor control, visual recognition, and you're going to start to then see potentially performance drop off.
Okay, go. That was that.
In conclusion to the experiment, we can say drinking alcohol has no effect on our abilities to play pool, but that's probably due to our poor playing skills.
Thank you, guys. Basketball is one of the most watched sports in the world, but it is not as big in the UK. Well, why is that? Ethan Cook investigates.
Basketball is one of the most exciting sports on the planet. Even in the university leagues, you can see highlight plays. Despite those highlights, the sport has not taken off big in the UK. The average salary in the British Basketball League is £36,000 a year, which is over 47 times less than the minimum salary in the NBA. I asked people within English basketball why the sport has struggled this side of the Atlantic.
It's a difficult one when you're competing with football, rugby, cricket, you're competing with a lot of sports. I think basketball is growing, especially in the grassroots. I think it is a growing sport. Maybe not as fast as America, but that maybe come down to funding.
There is only 2 players in the NBA that were raised in Britain. The lack of familiar faces could be another reason that people in this country don't interact with the sport.
I guess there's not many role models in the UK. There's not many basketball players that have gone on to the NBA especially, and in Eurobasket, which the Euros for basketball, it's not very popular and they don't do very well, so there's not much funding either.
In an attempt to grow the sport, British Basketball has announced a partnership with the NBA which will inject 10 million into the UK's grassroots system.
I think with the government it's just funding. There's no funding from the government especially, and the latest 10 million is spread over 5 years, and it's mostly from the private company of the NBA, an American, to try and get more money into the UK and not from the government itself.
I think funding is always going to be the biggest issue. But like I say, I do think basketball is a growing sport in this country. I think it is getting there.
With the process already underway, basketball may be a sport to keep your eye on in the next 5 years.
That's all from us. Remember, you can keep up to date with our news on our website, which is solentsportsnews.com. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.